Hello everyone! Thank you very much for watching today. First, I got to check my Facebook, make sure we are going live. And there we are. We are live. So today, I'm going to go over my opinion. Of course, this is one of the debates. If you talk to many brokers, owners, managers, team leaders, agents, coaches, you take classes on how to create the best listing presentation. The pre-listing presentation is something that is debated in the real estate industry, if you should do one or if you shouldn't do a pre-listing presentation. So today, I'm going to go over some ideas and things, because one of the pains that I hear from agents over and over and over again, and I know if you've been in the business a little bit, maybe even a year, that you're going to have, if you've had this happen to you, it's not fun. When you think you have a friend, a relative, a direct referral, you're like, this is a slam dunk. I'm going to totally get this listing. They know me. They trust me. They know who I am. They know I'm going to do a good job. And before you even get to the listing presentation or go to the appointment or try to set up an appointment to do a listing presentation, they call you up and say they picked someone else already and make some excuse. Or you go all the way out there, you don't do a good listing presentation. You just do, barely a listing presentation, because I see agents doing this because they just assume they have the listing. It's a friend. It's a relative. It's someone that they've known a long time. It's a past client. So you just don't go in there prepared, and you lose the listing, and you don't know why if you don't ask them why. Because the number one reason you lose the listing is that you probably weren't prepared. You probably didn't send enough information. But I'm going to give you a couple lists of things, that reasons why people pick you and why you need a pre-listing presentation. Now, there's been different studies and articles and statistics on what sellers are looking for in an agent. You'll read, like they say, statistics is, there's different statistics for each statistic, or, they're as good as whoever or makes them, or they're regurgitating statistics from years past, and things and change. So what I'm telling you now is just a little bit of what I've read probably 5 years ago in a report of Google did, of what a survey that they did of why people pick an agent. So here are the top few things, 5 things. Number one is trust. That they trust you. That they trust that you're going to look out for best interests, that you're going to put them first, you're going to be the most trusted advisor, that you're more trustworthy than anybody else. And sometimes agents assume that just because they trust you, it's a relative or a friend of yours, that you don't have to do a listing presentation or a pre-listing presentation, and you lose the listing to them. So, number 2 is experience. So about 50 at the time, and I pulled up these in my notes, was about, at the time, was 50% of people, or that was the response of the number one reason. 50% of the time was trust. 13 or 15% of the time was experience. You can see how much it jumps. 50 to 15 go down to experience for number 2. 13 is a good negotiator. 13%. Next is 11% is a direct referral. Someone, they just wanted to use someone that someone else referred to. And then 8 was communication and how they communicate. So those top 5 things. So 50% trust, 15% experience, 13 good negotiator, 11% personal referral, and 8% fast communication. So the reason why, again, this is my 100% opinion, and I've never heard another team leader or broker or owner or coach say this. So this is a Tony Geraci original thought, in my experience of 29 years in real estate, is that trust is so the number one thing. Is that's how new agents, or agents that are inexperienced, or agents that do this very, very part-time and really don't know much about real estate, they just got in it to dabble in it, this is why they get listings. Because, and anybody out there that's new, is that, or if you've just have been in the business a few years and you got listings and you won them over someone that's been in the business 20 years, that has hundreds of sales, that has more experience and more knowledge than you do, the reason why you won that listing is because those sellers trusted you more than anybody else. So in my Tony Geraci original thought is, that's what's good about our community, our area, our the buyers and sellers out there. They look for trust first. So to any agent that's new, any agent that just wants to get to the next level, you have an edge over other agents. Some agents get in the business like, how am I going to win business over that agent or over that agent or over that agent? They've been in the business longer than me. The number one thing they're looking for is trust. And you can do that with your clients, your sphere of influence, the people you talk to, and there's certain things you can do that. So today I'm not going to go on for 2 hours, which I could go on about this. I'm going to give you some things that you can do and reasons why you should do a pre-listing presentation. So some agents, someone wants to list their house, they just call, someone calls up, they get connected with them, they call you, something happens where you bring the two people together and set up an appointment to go to the listing appointment. And then they just show up. And that's it. And the people have no idea about them. You're starting cold as cold can be. They have no idea how long you've been in the business. They don't know anything about you, because unless they got you off your website or something and they looked at your information. So my opinion is, you've got to give them information to research you and to think about you and things to think about before you get there, so you're not cold. So they have questions. They see some of the things that you do. So here's some of the things that I feel is things that you can do. Number one, you can send out a video confirming the appointment and pointing them to your website. You could attach a marketing proposal. There's things you can do there. So number one is send them a video. You could do it through text. You could do it through email. I like email. You could send them a text saying, hey, I emailed you information, please look at it, and use an email source. Like, again, I know I don't get paid by them, but I like to use BombBomb in my emails, because BombBomb, or there's many other services, but check for this feature that you can see every time they click on the email. And you can see every time they click on your video that's attached to the email. And it will show you how many times they click on any of your links that are in your email. So if you click, you have a link to your website or a link to information about you. Some agents have a link to their marketing proposal. I'm going to go over more in detail about a marketing proposal in a minute. So it gives you a report, and you could have notifications. So as soon as they open it, so you could see, so you could at least make a judgment and go, wow, I'm about to go to a listing appointment, tomorrow or 2 days from now. And you sent them the email today, and you see they clicked on it several times. They watched your video a few times. I just paint a picture. I paint a picture like, wow, they viewed my video like 7 times. Did they just not view the whole thing? Did they, maybe it's a family and they're showing, you're getting to the husband or wife and they're watching it. Then they go, you got to watch this video, and they watch it. Maybe they send it to a friend. You could see if they forward the email to other people, because it also shows forward. So a little spoiler alert, anybody, especially our Century 21 HomeStar agents, if you get an email from me, I could see it every time you open it. I could see if you clicked on any videos. I could see if you clicked on any links on there. I get a report of that. I don't view them all the time, but if I'm very interested to see who's clicking the things that I want them to click on, if it's an important email, I could pull up a report on that. So little secret there. A lot of agents don't know. So just Century 21 HomeStar agents, or any agent watching this at another company, if you see an email, I know when you open it. So and I see when you forward it. So I see that a lot. But so number one, the pre-listing appointment, do a video introducing yourself, telling them a little bit about yourself. You don't, no more than 2 minutes. You don't want to be too long. Tell them in the email that you're clicking. Click on this link, click on that link to find out about me, my website, and what we can do for you. Two is that marketing proposal. Make sure there's a link so they can see your marketing proposal, and or attach it in a PDF form and have a listing presentation. And with Century 21 HomeStar agents, we have in our system a pre-listing presentation and a listing presentation, or you could create your own on there. And what the pre-listing marketing proposals, things that you're going to do for them. It's not the CMA. That is something you hold back for the appointment. And if they ask for it, like, what do you think the value of my house is? Well, that's a little more, I'm working on that. I'm working on that before I come to your house. It's a little more, it's going to take me some time. I got to research what's sold, what's on the market, what's pending. And I'm going to sit down with you, and that's what we're going to spend most of our time on, seeing the market, what's happening in the market, what's selling, what's on the market, what's the competition, absorption rates, different things like that. So the CMA, that's what you hold out for when you sit with them. So the marketing proposal is what you're going to do to market their house. Third, make sure you have testimonials in there, a link to your testimonials, maybe a Zillow testimonials, or if you have another testimonials system, or have something on there. A lot of great agents now are getting video testimonials and having them on links on their website, or uploading the video so they could hear and see what people say about themselves. They want to see testimonials, so you got to figure out a way to do that on there. Number four is a photo, of course, of yourself and your team. Century 21 HomeStar agents, every one of you has a team. It's called us here in the office. I'm the broker. I am legally responsible for everything you do and every one of your listings. So I'm part of your team. Our support staff and my partner Brenda, we are part of your team. If you want to use us in your marketing, you don't have to, but I know I have some agents out there using us as part of their team. We ask our agents, don't put the office number to contact us with specific things without letting us know first, because we have hundreds and hundreds of agents. I don't need 700 people calling me every day, but I'm here to talk to your sellers. I'm here to talk to your potential sellers, to let them know that I'm here in the background, and our office is here to help them if you are unavailable or need help, and so on and so on. So you can use us as a team if you feel that you want to do that. Any agent watching this that is not part of our office, feel free to talk to your office, your broker, because your broker is legally responsible for everything that happens in your office, and they should be part of your team. Sometimes there's some companies that the broker won't let their agents use them in their marketing. I don't know why, because they're legally responsible, but that's something that you have to talk about with your broker or manager about. Next, include the paperwork that they're going to sign. I feel that's very important, because some people don't like to sit there and read every line, but you give it to them in the beginning. Said, this is, you don't have to fill it out, but just saying, this is a copy of my listing agreement. These are some of the things that you're going to see, and we're going to go over if you choose me to list your house, and they could view it, and gives them time. And sometimes, if you ever had this happen, sometimes you think you're going to get the listing that day, but they go, no, I have to have my brother-in-law who's an attorney or someone else review the documents before I sign them. This might set that up early, so you don't have to waste your time and go back there or wait for them to have their friend or relative review the documents. That happens sometimes. And then last is just make sure that you show them that you are doing work before so in the email, in the video, make sure you put in there that you are working on their listing, their market value of their home, that you're researching, that you're doing work and that you're going to come in there with more information. That's not it. So they don't think that you send them everything and then they review it and they go, no, I don't want to use you, and move on. You have to like keep them guessing. You have something else more important, like what the value of your house is, or what you think the value of their house is. So and last today, I'll give you some tips on making sure that you connect with them before your appointment. One, I always said the day of, you got to confirm your appointments. I've had agents go, hey, I showed up at the house and I waited for a half hour before they got home from work, and they forgot that they had an appointment. How many of us have ever gone to an appointment, didn't confirm it, went there, and they weren't ready for you? So just confirm all appointments. Any appointment you have, buyer, seller, you should be confirming. That's the first one of the things you do in your morning, your to-do list, is confirm. Simple text messages saying you're confirming them. 2 is, if you did email them information, make sure that they opened it and viewed it. You don't have to tell them that you could see if they did it, but you could see they didn't. So if you text them in the morning and it's an evening appointment, you can say, hey, by the way, please, if you get some chance today before I get there, review that email that I sent you, watch that video. Some questions might come up from my video, so I don't want it. Your time is valuable. I don't want to take up 5 hours of your evening with questions. I'm happy. That's why I sent that information, so you could see it before I get there. And if there's anything that most important to you, I talked about those most important things first. So you have to say that in your video. You say that in a text, because a lot of people don't read. That's why the video is there. If you send an email with lots and lots of text, rarely are people going to read all of that. So you keep it to a short video to hit those important points and links and basic information that's nice and small, not pages and pages and pages of email. You don't want them to do homework. You just want them to be able to glance at your information and see some of the things. Some people will be great and they'll look through everything, spend hours on it, so when you get there, they're ready. They have their questions, they see that. And again, what I said earlier, the whole point of this is to make sure you put your foot in the door. And guess what? If there's 3 or 4 or 5 other agents that they're interviewing, I bet none of them are going to send a video. None of them are going to send a pre-listing presentation. None of them are going to be able to track to see if they opened it and looked at it, so you're prepared to see how interested they are and how knowledgeable they are about what you sent them, and it prepares you for that. And then some agents won't even confirm the appointment to see if it's still convenient. And you'll see just that confirmation of someone said, we made it for 6 o'clock, but sometimes things are a little slow. Can we make it for 6:30? People's days change. And just that courtesy of you moving your schedule around just a little bit to make it more convenient for them because of your day, that's one of the main points of why you're confirming. Just want to see if your day is still the same, and if you need to move it around a little bit, I'm happy to do that for you. And being that courteous to someone is confirming that you'll be ahead of the competition just from one of those things. So that's it for today. But I love role playing with listing presentations. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if any agents want to go over listing presentation, I could be the agent, you could be the seller. I love that. Vice versa, you're the agent, I'm the seller giving you objections and seeing what things you'll say. I love doing that. So schedule some time with me if you want to do that. Any Central 21 HomeStar agents, if you want to work on your listing presentation, you could set up some time with Debbie here in our office, our training manager, and she'll be happy to show you how to build your listing presentation when you have time. And I'll be the one that helps you learn it, live it, love it, and so you can win every listing presentation you go on. So that's it for today. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye.